Give me an intro.
What's up, y'all? It's Post to Society. Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the channel, man.
Yo, open your fucking eyes, bro.
Baby, you perfect. Baby, roll. Baby, you perfect. Baby, you perfect. Baby.
You know the vibes, man. It's Post to Society. We back with another pod. Pillars to Society. Protect your energy. Protect your energy.
Protect your energy.
Protect your energy.
We got our guy, Mr. Pelkey, over here. You know, we in the building.
Mr.
We in the
Pelkey.
building.
You know, I always think, like, I hear some people say Mr. Pelkey. Yeah, it's just
I like
weird.
look for my dad.
Pelkey.
It's weird.
Everybody
Like,
calls him Pelkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mr. Pelkey. There used to be a track kid that would call you Mr. Pelkey.
Yeah, and this kid, like, some say Coach Pelkey, and it's just weird.
It's just weird.
It's
It's
just
just
Pelkey.
Pelkey.
I had friends in college that know had a first name. It was like third year of college, and at graduation, they're sitting there, Daniel Pelkey. They're like, your name's not Pelkey? I'm like, it's my last name. Like, what? I thought there was...
Nah, that's
Idiots.
sick, though.
Yeah, and that's a good name.
Oh, people just called you Pelkey.
Yeah, everyone just called me Pelkey in college.
That's so fire.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to be called my last name. Just in
Me
general.
either.
Spears.
I could be called mine, but only if you shorten
Yeah,
it.
Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
Boosh.
Boucher.
Water boy.
Boucher.
Yeah.
Waterboy.
Bobby
Oh my
Boucher.
god.
I like
People used
that
to
one.
ask me if I was related to him. I'm like, is he not even real, right?
Oh my.
I was like, nah, I don't think I'm related
You
to
guys
him.
probably on the same wavelength.
Yeah, now they'd be like, oh, you related to Britney Spears? Yeah. Yeah, I'm related to Britney Spears, man.
You look
It's
alike.
valid.
Yeah, I see the
Yeah,
resemblance.
bro. Exactly. I don't know. It's just on the lips.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that?
No
Like
comment.
that? Like that?
No comment.
Come on, look at my lips. See? Alright. We get into the pod. It's the graduation episode. I mean, niggas is graduating what? Next week? Friday?
1 week from today.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, we're already out of school, but
Yeah.
graduation is official.
Done with school. It's weird to walk in the halls a little bit, not gonna lie. But
See him back here?
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Everybody's talking about like if it's set in yet, and everybody's walking through the halls. I remember on the last day, Tuesday, it was like everybody's walking. They're like, "Damn, it's the last day. Oh, I'm just finally starting to set in." Everybody's posting snaps and shit. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like nothing. Like,
No.
I don't really felt it
You
yet.
guys got Google Meets on Monday. Don't forget about that.
oh,
Oh,
I thought school ended.
he's not going on that shit.
Yeah.
He's not going on that shit. I'm gonna try to make it.
I'm not.
I probably won't make it the first period.
I'll
I'm
make
not-
it. I'll make it
never
my
make
8th period
that.
class. I like my teacher. Miss
So when does
Cruz.
school actually end?
I'll say about it.
Tuesday.
Oh.
But the thing is,
okay.
Monday we have our rehearsals for graduation.
Oh, yeah, so you guys don't have meets. You're good then.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
I gotta do my cap and gown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came through.
You're gonna decorate it.
I'm decorating.
I might just
I don't
slap the
wanna
logo
be
on
here.
it.
Yeah,
and
Post
No,
Society right on
bro.
top.
slap the logo on it and call it a day.
Kid in my college was a geology major, which is like looking at rocks and stuff, and he duct taped a rock hammer to the top of his gown. Like it's got like an ice pick on the end of it,
Wow.
and
That's fire, though.
it was like super heavy.
Yo,
He just like had it on his head. I'm just.
Yo, nah,
It
that's a
was
G
weird.
right there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
well,
That's a
too
guy.
much.
Nah, but like,
I'm excited to graduate though. You know, start life and everything like that.
What are you guys looking to do this summer after graduation?
this summer I have a fucking summer program for my college, and it starts July 6th to like August 16th.
Hey, wait, have you
It's a
talked-
9 to 5.
Did you
I
talk
thought
to
it-
your advisor?
Not yet. I'm scared as shit.
I thought he was gonna say about like a summer program, like lifting or something. Like
Yeah.
I
I'm
wish.
big this
Nah,
summer.
no, I'm definitely going to the gym though. That's for real.
Fact,
I've been
you get
slacking.
bigger than
Yeah,
He's been slacking too.
That's impossible.
Pelkey. I'm missing never lacking. I got back into it though, working out. Started like 2 days ago. During track season I didn't, because I come home tired as hell.
That's a workout in itself though.
No, we didn't go.
Oh, something like that? Never mind.
Yeah, we didn't.
The
do,
sprinters-
a normal year we would, because we'd be in the weight and
Sprinters
stuff.
and
But
distance runners, they worked out because they ran, but we just kind of spun
okay.
around in circles and shit.
pretty much.
Through weight. Shit, no, we threw
Oh,
some
and he
weight.
didn't beat me. He was saying he was earlier, but he
Oh
didn't.
yeah, a few podcasts ago.
Yeah, no,
I
he didn't
did.
beat me.
It's up for debate.
No, it's not debate.
It's up for debate.
No, it's literally not.
It's up for debate.
We'll go rematch it right after this. Run it back.
We can clip that real quick.
Run it back
I
on
was just
Crocs,
saying.
We'll clip it right after it. I'm in Crocs though, so I don't know how it's going. You too, so it's fair.
I'm smoking, man.
Man. Nah, but has it set in for you guys?
What?
Like graduating?
Well, I mean, like, a little bit. Like, it's like, I still feel like I'm coming back to school in like a few days, right? Like, this is just like the weekend or some shit. It doesn't really feel like or I'm coming back in the fall. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I'm kind of ready to move on, so it never like hit me like, holy shit, my high school career just ended. I don't know, I'm ready for it.
I didn't even think about it, honestly. I just came to school that day. Like, no, I honestly came to school.
Yo, he got to school and they're like, it's
I came to
last
school to
day.
make sure I
He's
was
like,
passing.
what?
So
He's
that's
like, it's
really
the
it.
last day?
So I came in like fourth period that day, and you know, I was out by 6. So I feel indifferent. I feel indifferent about it. So I don't know.
That's valid.
I mean, the school year was weird, so it's not like it was like a normal school year.
Yeah,
You weren't here with like
yeah.
everybody.
It feels like
Yeah.
first quarter just ended.
Yeah, because
Really?
like,
It
you guys
really
were-
did, yeah, it really does.
It's only
It
been like
really
a quarter
does.
with most people in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Literally.
So it feels like first quarter ended.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts, but like I don't know. Everybody coming up to me and saying like, "Yeah, it's the last day of school," and shit like that. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I've been checked out. Like it just
Exactly.
like I don't know if I'll ever like feel that settling in because I felt like I settled with that shit and I dealt with that shit back in the first quarter.
You dealt
The
with
first
that,
actual
you dealt with that March 13th of last year.
Yeah, last year that shit was done.
That's
Like
what
it was done. It was done for
Your high
me.
school career ended then.
Yeah, like for real. Like after that, it was just straight finessing, like literally. But like, I don't know. I appreciated seeing my teachers and shit for like the last time, and like being able to walk to school for like a good little last quarter. And that was cool. And it was so unorthodox too, where it's like niggas came in like fourth period,
Yeah.
leave sixth period, leave seventh period. People came in third period. Like it was just unorthodox, but it worked because it's like there was no way that we could have went back to normal school after last year, after like what we went through and like the junior year being just literally just chopped up. There was no way I could have went back to coming in first period, leaving eighth period.
That's what I
And
did.
With 45-minute periods, they were 5 minutes shorter too.
yeah,
We were
like,
getting out this year at 120.
exactly,
instead of 214.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think I would ever be able to do that. Like it just
Next year we have Wednesdays back. Imagine that.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I really think they should keep that. I'm
Yeah,
not
it was
gonna lie.
nice. I'm not gonna
Like,
lie.
the thing is, the Wednesdays it made
Yeah.
you excited for a Wednesday, and it made you have that little break in between where it's like, all right, I'll go back to school Thursday. Like I want to go back to school. Like now,
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be a real big problem for kids to come back next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna do any remote, right? There's no remote.
No,
Unless-
right. No one knows right now.
It wasn't even school this year, really. Because you could just skip. But it wasn't even skipping because you could
Yeah.
just do it all
Yeah,
online.
kids just join a
Like,
Google Meet and
yeah.
play Xbox.
Literally.
There was
Yeah.
a girl on my track team who was babysitting, making
Yeah.
$50 a day, babysitting kids. Just join the Google Meet.
And why the fuck would she come back in?
Yeah,
She's
why?
making mad bread.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's how we were feeling last year,
Yeah.
bro. Like we started the podcast last year, right? We tried to
No, it was
September.
We didn't start
It
last
was
year.
October.
So
of
probably
this-
took you about like 3
of
months to
last
get an
year.
episode up.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh, Pelkey.
It did. No, it
So
did
you
never
didn't
came
know?
out. We recorded like 5
Yeah.
times.
No, we
Yeah.
started in January.
I think we had
No, we
7
started in
episodes.
October.
We recorded
We
7
recorded that-
times before our first episode dropped, I think.
Yeah, the one time in the basement we recorded, that was in like October. I remember because I was fed up with my English teacher because he was playing with my top. No,
Oh,
cause,
yeah, I
'cause
remember
this
him.
was back when I
Yeah.
could rant about this shit for 30
You're,
minutes.
bro, you
This
were
is
like, we
getting
need
heated
to
right
record
now.
an episode.
But I
He
was
just
like, I was tight. I was done. I was done. Because the thing is, he was playing with me because this was back in like college application time. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah, so
writing
you're stressed to begin
your college
with.
essay. Yeah, I was stressed, and I'm like, he was just adding bullshit,
No,
right?
what it was is he was like forcing you to do your college essay a certain way that you didn't want to do it.
Exactly, right? So I had to make a college essay for him and then make another college essay for myself. And I'm like, you're doing this coinciding while I'm trying to do applications right now. Like, you're supposed to be helping me for this shit. You're working against me. This makes no sense. And it was pissing me off because I'm like, I really could be doing nothing, right? Like, I really don't want to be doing shit. Because this is back in, like, remote days where it's
Yeah,
like...
where you just sit
Yeah,
home.
it's like, bro, I'm sitting at home and you're talking me through a screen.
That's when the Google Meets were twice a week too.
Yeah, like, it was...
Remember that? That was crazy.
There's so much
Like
shit
each
packed
class,
in
so you had like
You
math,
got, yeah,
like
different
Monday,
days?
Thursday. Yeah.
Oh my, yeah, like
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
college.
I was taking naps every day in here because I would teach and then I'd have like I would
math.
teach math for or second, third, and then seventh, eighth. So I'd go 4 periods without teaching. I would just sit in my chair, post up in my corner, and just take a nap.
Oh yeah, we never introduced this.
I'm a
So
teacher.
for the people that don't know Mr. Pelkey, that's not in the FR, that's just watching. Hopefully we have viewers that's not in the.
Nah, I've been seeing some people. You got, I saw you got following him. Dude was playing the guitar. You got know him? You know him?
Is it
You know
his?
what I'm talking about?
His
Y'all
cousin.
follow him.
His
Oh, that's
cousin.
your cousin.
My cousin, yeah.
Oh, I saw him in
Lake
the
Coast,
comments.
bro.
I saw him.
That's my
He's like,
cousin. Shout out Lake
he's a
Coast.
vibe. I fuck with
No,
him. I
we
fuck
should.
with him.
Yo, he's in California right now, but when he comes back, we'll get him on the pod.
Oh,
When he
okay.
comes back to New York, I'll hit him up.
Alright,
Nah.
continue the
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah,
Continue the
This is
intro.
He's stealing my thunder here. This is my
Nah,
moment.
Yeah.
What the heck did you just do?
Hey, yo,
What?
We'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nah,
Yeah,
but
no comment.
That
I'll
comes
send
back.
him off.
I think.
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
talking to me-
Yeah, man. Jesus.
No, but you were talking to me about like why you chose math teacher over gym teacher. No hate on gym teachers.
Yeah, no.
The
It's
world
just not my
needs gym
thing.
teachers, but you don't. We were talking about it
At track one
practice.
day, yeah.
You don't like make connections with a gym.
Put
teacher.
it this way. You
No,
have
it
your
is
math.
cap,
You have
though.
your math class in school. There's 180 days of school in a year, right? 180 days. You have gym every other day. That's 90 days. Now, in your math class, there might be what 15, 20 kids. In your gym class, sometimes there's 30, 40 kids in a gym class. And how often does the gym teacher say, "Here's a basketball. Go do what you want," or "Go walk the track"? They're not
Yeah.
face to face talking to you every single day like a math teacher is. That was my thing. Like, yes, gym teachers can still connect with a kid in half the amount of time, but it's a little bit more challenging.
There's way less of a.
It's way less of like a
Ability
personal
to-
relationship.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like
Gym class.
more like crowd control almost. It seems like, and just for me, no gym teachers made an impact on my life. My math teacher did, so I was like, all right, sick.
That's valid.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
and like I like math more than gym. PE, my bad, physical education. Don't call it gym teacher. They get mad.
I do get mad.
Yeah.
really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, oh, what
I
if
try to
like,
make sure it's physical education.
yeah.
But I mean, like,
I don't
nah,
know.
because I don't really want to disrespect. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really want to disrespect because the gym. the PE
gym
teachers.
teachers,
they're-
the PE
they're-
teachers we have here
are cool as hell.
Yeah,
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 well,
they're- yeah. The ones here are cool as hell.
Yeah.
Nah, they be cool as hell. Like, yeah, I know a couple that be helping a nigga sometimes. Like, I appreciate the teachers that just help out. Like, in terms of like, if I'm not a badass kid, bro, you should not be on my ass. You should be there to work with me, not work against me. And it's like, too many teachers deem kids as badass kids, and then after that, it's just clip for the kids. Like, it's literally like, after every time you see them, it's, where you going? Or what are you doing? Like,
and they're just
Yeah.
riding you.
exactly. You ride a kid, of course they're going to want to act out at that point. Like, it's just cause and effect, and this shit is ridiculous that... yeah, it's ridiculous that these
It's
teachers...
ridiculous, bro.
It's ridiculous that these teachers, like, have not gotten that fucking memo yet.
Yeah, so like when you go into teacher school in college, they're talking about power struggles. Like if a kid's sitting here with their phone out, and you tell them to put it away and they don't, you're gonna sit there and harp on it. Like, how do you handle that? And so many teachers choose to get into those power struggles. They look for them because it's like a control thing. You know, like
Yeah.
you set the tone early, first week of school. Like you tell one kid put it away, and like you make a scene. Like you come off pretty hard, you set the tone, and then you loosen it up. And some teachers just never loosen it up, and there's always those jerks. Kids don't connect with them, like, and then you don't learn. Like the whole idea of connecting with students is you guys will learn, right? If you have a teacher that you're comfortable with, you'll ask questions, you'll loosen up, and you'll be able to like have a discussion. But these like strict teachers that are just beating you over the head with stuff and saying, "Oh, go to the principals, put your phone," like, whatever, who cares? It's not that big of a deal, right? When I'm teaching, my phone's sitting on my desk. I'm not sitting here like on Discord with the boys or anything, but
Boys.
the boys. Shout out, boys.
You get the boys to watch the podcast?
I could. I'll tell them to watch
They
this
don't watch
one.
this episode.
Yeah,
They definitely
will.
watch this
Don't get
episode.
hooked on this.
Yeah.
No,
or
but
they not.
I don't want to go shy away from that power struggle thing. Cause
It's
that's
big. Yeah.
that is huge. And the thing is, because I know like if a teacher talks to me crazy, I'm gonna retaliate in like
And
some
like
petty way.
we've done professional development training on this. You yell at a kid, you get them into like a confrontation. It takes like in your brain. I don't know how yeah. it's- but stuff happens and like you get like heated. Like as a kid, you know, like a teacher calls you out or something.
Yeah.
You get heated. It takes you between 30 and 60 minutes to calm down from that. And in that 30, 60 minutes, you're not learning anything. So as soon as you walk in, the bell just rang, you walk in 2 seconds after. And she's like, "You're late, where's your pack?" Now you're ticked off, you're annoyed. You're not going to anything in that class.
And especially getting embarrassed in front of the class. as
Yeah,
well.
I'm like, come on, why?
I just block all that shit out.
And that's what happens,
I
because
don't
it's
take
probably
them
happened so many
seriously.
times that you said, why am I going to bother caring? Same thing
Yeah.
happens with people in school. They're doing the work. You say it, I don't know, math class, easy. You take your first quiz, you fail it. Okay, you got to try a little bit harder. You try a little bit harder, you fail it. Next one you took, right?
Yeah.
You keep doing that. You said, why am I going to try if I'm just going to fail it? You get discouraged,
That's
you
how I
give
feel
up.
about geometry. That's exactly how.
Bro, you should have hit me up. I'm
Yeah,
nice.
bro.
Got 90 in my readings back in the day, though. Slept every day in class.
71.
Nah, I hate geometry. I just think that shit. Geometry was so ass. No, but I used to.
Haters.
No, geometry's
bro,
fucking
it was
ass.
so bad.
That's a terrible
I would
class.
actually try and like
That was
actually
the worst
fail
math
miserably.
class.
Like, what is the
fail.
point of geometry? Real talk. Like,
Here, I'll tell you that I can talk for math. High school is it's all the same for high school. Your high school career, what you learn is not important at all, right? So then everyone's like, well, why are we learning? You know, people ask that with math all the time because people struggle with math. Think about high school as like going to Applebee's or Chili's or something, right? You're looking at the menu, you want an appetizer. You don't know what you want, so you get the appetizer sampler. Right? You get like those little like Southwestern egg rolls, little baby cheeseburgers, boneless wings, little spinach artichoke dip. You try all this different stuff, you figure out what you like. The next time you go back to that restaurant, you get mozzarella sticks, so they were the best. High school is your little sampler. You're trying all this different stuff, seeing what you like. Whatever you like, that's what you're going to
I
college
had
for.
no idea where you were going with that.
I'm hungry as hell, so I was ready for food. But that's what, like, high school,
Yeah.
you're trying all this different stuff, seeing what you like. And math, like, there's some statistics, it's like 97 or 98% of people don't use math that they learn past 7th grade in their everyday life. The only people that do are, like, math teachers, people going specific for math fields. But math teaches you, like, deductive and inductive reasoning. If I have this, what can I figure out? It's problem solving. That's all math is. But, like, the same goes to social studies. When are you going to need to know the War of 1812? Spanish, when are you going to need to know the whatever past preterite tense or whatever? I don't even know what that means. You know, like when do you need to know like the chemical compound of something in chemistry? I have no clue.
Yeah.
The oxidization
But-
rate. of-
Yeah, like that's not
Or-
stuff you need to know. But the whole idea of high school is you get this exposure. You try different things. You see what you like, and if something sticks, you pursue that. You go see what you want to do. You get what I mean with that?
That's valid.
So
Yeah.
speaking of that, nice little segue here.
Ooh.
What are you guys looking to do after graduating? Plans next
Who's gonna
year?
All right, I'll start. So, you know, I guess
Smooth.
yeah.
That's
With that,
smooth.
that was
Smooth
smooth.
as
Yeah,
hell.
give me some of
Smooth as
that.
hell.
Yeah, that was fire. What's his face? Yeah, but like in high school, I tried out computer science in 11th grade or in 10th grade, and then 11th grade, I was like, this is fire. So I'm going to Dutchess next year on a computer science major. But this year's computer science, we're just not even gonna talk about that.
oh,
That
fucking
completely
hell.
killed the vibe.
Oh my god.
So we moved that AP though.
Oh yeah, we got that thing moved, yo. Come on now, power of
Brother,
friendship.
you know.
Yeah. But so I'm thinking computer science, but I might have to change that to like liberal arts and the sciences. And then once I get past my 2 years at Dutchess, then it's either computer science or come back somewhere and be a physics teacher. Because physics, you have Foster. Physics was a dope ass
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
I like
like-
physics
I like
more than
physics.
math in high school.
Physics is cool, yo. I be telling people physics, I don't even know if it's real, but I just be telling them at like track practice and shit. I be like, here's how the physics of this thing works. I've been talking
And
to
you just make stuff up.
and I just go, but it sounds right.
It does, yeah.
I'll give you an example, right? Francis, when he, shout out Francis, freaking section
Section 9
Champ,
champion.
bro, section champ.
I got your
high
medal.
jump. Yeah, if you're watching, you're section champ, my guy.
Yeah, shout
But
out.
he was high jumping, and he'd get to like a high height, and he'd go over the bar, but he'd kind of be looking at the bar, so his head wouldn't be back. Which, you know, your head's the counterbalance to the rest of your body. I hope no like physics majors are watching this.
Yeah, call him out on his stuff in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Hey.
And share it too.
Yeah, share it too. Your friends.
But like when you don't tilt your head back, your hips can only go so far forwards to keep you from like rotating in midair. But once you tilt your head back, it gets kind of uncomfortable because then your body wants to rotate. But that's how you get over that bar. So every time he'd go back and keep his head flat, his body wouldn't arch over the bar.
You gotta try and dip your head back. 'Cause
as
like, you
soon
know,
as
like
he
a
put his
gymnast,
head
like doing a
back.
bridge, like their hands, like looking like the exorcist. That's what you're trying to look like in the
As
air.
soon as his head went back, then his
You
ass
put your
would get
head
over the
back,
bar.
your hips get up.
Physics, baby.
Interesting.
I made that shit up on the fly. I hope it's right.
But it's right, it is, I'm telling you.
Yeah, see? I just got a physics brain.
Hey. Hey.
So he went Applebee's, found out he liked the potato skins. Now he's gonna go get some more potato skins.
Word.
What about you?
Yeah.
Alright. So, interesting, because I didn't go to Applebee's, right?
You went to Chili's.
I went to Chili's.
Chili's is fire though.
I went to
Chili's is fire.
I went to Chili's.
It's
So
valid.
I was on the basically last year, back when I was tight at Defoe, and name dropping.
Damn.
That name.
No. Back when I
till the bell.
was tired of my
Oh,
English
yeah, we got
teacher.
5 minutes to the bell.
That is valid. Back when I was tired of my English teacher, I was just going through a journey of figuring out what I wanted to do in life, right? Because obviously I wasn't finding anything at Applebee's. You know, I tried the salmon, it wasn't really that good. I tried the matzo. Yeah, it was some money, but, you know, I got that. Ain't nothing.
You got the
Trading.
best,
Yeah, word. So I started dabbling into Chili's, and I found out that I liked, you know, trading, and I like the stock market, I like the business world, right? He put me onto the podcast Earn Your Leisure, shout him out
Is that all right?
all the time,
Troy.
EYL. But
Yeah.
they're doing big things too. He just saw the truck. Word
Oh
too.
yeah.
Wait, what? Where were you? Was that in New York? Or were you in a different state?
Pennsylvania.
I think it was Virginia. I think it was Virginia. I think.
Virginia, bro?
Yeah.
Alright,
Just
alright,
driving
alright.
on the highway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stay on track here.
Yeah, so I was figuring stuff out, and I realized I like the business world more. Right? I started getting into the podcast, started getting into everything like that, and it just took my fucking interest. So now I started trading, started looking into the stock market. Fast forward now, I'm not as deep into it now, but I have that like experience where it's like I know when I go back, I'm gonna be right back into it. Right?
Yeah.
I just have a lot of shit going on at the moment, but I'm going to NYU to study economics and marketing. So
That's so
Heck
far.
yeah.
yeah.
That's valid.
Cox?
I wanted to be like an engineer first when I was younger, but like I don't know, I kind of drifted from that, and then I found like the trading and stuff like that, stock market and stuff like that. But the thing with the stock market is that you need like capital for that. So
A lot of capital.
You need money to get
Like,
started.
Oh yeah, it takes money to make money.
exactly,
Facts.
exactly. So with that, and like I know I'm not really like school, you know. But there's a reason why I come in fourth period, leave, or you know, like I don't really like school. I only came to school for gym, to be honest with you. I only came to
PE.
natural ball, literally just for natural.
PE.
PE, right?
For Nitro Ball.
PE. I used to come just for natural ball, literally. But so I'm gonna start HVAC, heating, ventilation, AC. Some people don't know what that is.
Trade, nah,
So,
trade's valid.
so that's what I'm gonna do. I see it as like a safety net, you know. Like
I was
if
trying-
anything happens, I'm not gonna end up working at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? I could end up
Nothing's wrong
making
with
like
that, though.
6 figures a year.
McDonald's good.
They both
You went to
like
McDonald's
You work McDonald's too?
I work at McDonald's.
Oh,
The
respect.
job
Yeah.
is fire. I don't, like the thing is, the job is
No,
like,
what's
No, the
sick
only
about
problem
that though? That's a
is
high school
slow.
job. You're supposed to work a job like that where it's like not the best,
Yeah.
but like you're having fun because you're with all your homies.
That's
Boy,
exactly
you
what
know?
it is. But like, no, I don't work there anymore. Like I work like a shift now there, just
Oh.
because I just chilled out, cut my hours back a little bit. So now I'm good.
Right on.
But, yeah. Now he's getting into a trade. I'm trying to tell my other friends to just like.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
they-
I'm trying to get this other dude into a trade too.
But they're tired because they're already working in the trade, before and
Oh, we talking about 2 different people.
no, yeah, but they're already working in trade, but they hate it, right? They hate working it every day. They're like, I can't do this. And I'm like, bro, but this is for you to build up capital because they want to get into real estate, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what they don't understand, I'm like, listen, all the ventures they're talking about in real estate, yes, I know a lot of people see TikToks on like wholesaling and shit like that, where it's like,
Liens and
you
stuff.
get all this shit.
Next day.
Oh, you get all this shit where it's like a lot of people put in your face that that there's these business ventures that's out there for you. Yes, there are, but a lot of people don't realize that it's scarce, right? Especially in real estate. But when you have bread, it's a little different. When you have bread in the stock market, it's a little different. When you have bread in real estate, it's a little different. So what he's talking about is doing a trade for what?
It is
At
capital.
So just
most-
like to build capital. Really.
Exactly, and at most,
Yeah.
what, 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years you could make bread in that.
Exactly.
My
Once you-
uncle was making like it's like 200,000 or something like that. You know,
You
like, they
save
make bread
it
in
up?
that.
Save it up, and then you can actually go into a real business venture when you want to.
Yeah.
Or you can keep that up.
Yeah. The only
do
problem is
something on
not
the
to
side.
get caught
Exactly.
up into it. That's the problem that people do it, and that's why people look at it bad because they see like old men like working in their 60s. It's like because they get caught up into the system. You know what I'm saying? Like that old head mentality. Got to work to eventually. I'm not saying that's bad. Like that's good,
It's
but
not for you.
exactly. Like you don't want to get caught up in that
And if,
mindset.
and if you
know?
don't want to get caught up in that, it doesn't have to be an entrepreneur mindset, but it's like you could do shit to protect yourself. Don't you have a
Protect your-
IRA?
I've got a Roth IRA. Yep.
Exactly. Do shit to protect yourself. This man is already gonna have a pension and all this stuff when he's out
Money.
retired, but he already has a Roth IRA, which a Roth IRA, go ahead and explain it.
Roth IRA is it's like your own sort of retirement plan. You put money into it, which then gets invested into bonds, mutual funds, things like that. You can get someone to manage it for you, or you can manage your own. I manage my own. I could get someone to manage it for me, but I just do it myself. You put money into it, you cannot take that money back out until, what, like 55 or 59?
I think it's depends on like
let's
when
just say
you're
60.
born.
Yeah, and you can open it at 18. You put all the money in. Well, there's a max. It's like
5,000 a year.
5,000 a year that you can put in.
5,500. I don't know.
But you just put it in and you just let it grow. It's like a retirement fund, a safety net. You know?
And when you take it out,
And when you take it out, there's no taxes. 'Cause
absolutely no taxes.
You pay the taxes.
Post-tax
Yeah,
money
yeah.
in. A 401k comes out of your paycheck, so it's pre-tax money. But this is like
You take it out of your bank account.
Yeah, you cash your check, and then you take that check's money and then put it into the Roth IRA.
Exactly. So
It's
it's like
insane.
you doing this shit to protect yourself.
It's
So
nice.
even at that, like I feel like with all this information at your fingertips, obviously with the phones and shit like that, like it's kind of hard to not succeed with this. Like even if you want to be in a trade and you don't want to have that working every day until you're fucking 60, like a lot of our grandparents have to do.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people didn't know this information, but this shit is at your fingertips. And if you start now, start at this age, like I'm telling my friends and shit, but they're like, well, stocks are risky, the bullshit. I'm like, bro, just do your research.
Get into it.
You just learn.
Yeah.
You like when I have kids in my class that tell me they don't know how to submit a picture on Google Classroom on an assignment. You could literally look anything up. These kids are finding out cheat codes, how to watch God knows what video on their Chromebook, right? Like they can look stuff up to figure out whatever the hell they want, but you can't tell me you can't figure out how to do this, right? Things like that are how to with a calculator. They don't know how to get out from the table. Right? Look at it. It's a quit button. It's in blue. You press the blue button. Second, quit. Done. Right? Like and people just don't learn things. Like my brother taught himself everything he knows. He would have dropped out of high school. He went to BOCES. Right? If it wasn't for BOCES, he was dropping out of high school. School was not his thing. He taught himself how to play guitar. Taught himself how to do some questionable things like pick locks and hot wire cars, but that's my brother.
It's one of the boys.
Yeah, one of the boys. He's just the past year taught himself how to do filming, photography. He's got $15,000 worth of equipment. He's shot people's weddings. He does photography and makes money for it now.
That's
No
so
education, no college,
That's
no
fire, bro.
anything. He just taught himself, and he's got business cards. He's official.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
That's fire though.
Yeah,
We
like
gotta
you
get
want to
business
learn something, you can learn it.
It's easy.
I wanted to learn stocks.
No.
I go on freaking Google and look stuff up. Made some money too.
Yo.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yo,
Like,
stocks, you can go online and look up
You
like
can learn
Warren
everything.
Buffett's top 100 performing stocks.
And with all the apps, they make it so easy. Like I got Robinhood, I got TD Ameritrade, I got Webull. Weeble's complicated, but they make it so easy.
exactly, bro.
Like
Like,
they make it for plebs. Like they say, oh, buy this stock because they're just trying to juice their own.
of course,
stock.
but it's like they're.
Yeah.
people
But like
are-
you can do your behind the scenes
But
research.
it's like
It's
you
so
don't
easy.
understand why I'd be like, yo, just open up a Robinhood account. You don't
So
understand how plain it makes it. This is it. Look up the stock you want.
What
Press
type
buy.
of car do you drive? What type of phone do you have? What type of stuff do you buy?
Like,
It's
The
so
easiest thing,
easy,
people made
bro.
so much money last year because everything was down with traveling, cruises, airlines because of COVID.
Mhm.
You could buy shares at $15 and now they're $60.
yeah, niggas
You
They're
put in
like
$1,000 now you got
$200
people
$4.
worry
now.
about the wrong things.
boom.
Like, if there's
So
something
easy.
everybody's face, obviously there's something flying under the radar. Crypto. In everybody's face.
Doge.
All Doge, all
Turn
that
the moon.
shit, right? If you don't know what you're doing, right? Everybody's getting into Doge and into all these cryptos. It's getting fucked on, right? Some people are making their bread. Let me not say that because some people are making their bread. But a lot of people don't understand is that crypto is in everybody's face while the stocks are just...
Doing the thing.
Now, the thing is, like in Pelkey's situation, where this man has a Roth IRA and then other shit where he could just buy stocks, I'm guessing he probably have another account,
Individual.
right? If he's buying those stocks, this man has the money to fuck around with those cryptos, with that Doge shit. So if he loses $500, if he loses $500 to risk to make $2,000, that's really nothing. But he has that backing and that support and foundation where he can fall back on. A lot of you meatheads don't.
Bots.
Some people,
Niggas, a lot of bots don't. They're just buying crypto
Bots,
yeah.
and praying to God and then getting fucked on. Like,
Yeah.
this shit is
A
ridiculous.
good example of that was that whole GameStop situation. People saw it go up, they bought it, and then it hit like 300. And people were like, holy shit! And
Get
then
in
it
early,
went down
get
to
out
like
early.
60, and it was like,
Made some money off
Then
of
they
that.
start playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I made some money off of that.
Valid. Bro,
Yeah.
I know somebody who had like 42,000 Dogecoins back when it was like a tenth of a cent. Imagine selling all that. How high did it get, Dogecoin?
It got
70
high.
cents.
My
60
friend
something
made like
cents, 70
50K off of that, yo. My
Yeah.
friend's friend made 50K off of that.
Yeah.
My,
Oh
my dad.
My
made
friend
all that.
made enough money off of that to pay off his student loans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister she just doubled her bread in Ethereum.
Ethereum,
Because
nice.
while Doge was going, niggas was not looking at fucking Ethereum, and Ethereum was just flying. And my TT and my uncle, oh my gosh, my whole family is making money off of Ethereum.
Yeah.
That shit was nuts.
Pretty much
And my
it.
sister has no education on this shit. No education. She just has me.
Go on a computer.
Just me and my TT, and literally we were just like advising her on where to get in and get out.
Financial advisor.
Yeah, like just figuring that shit out. And now that she's getting set up to buy a crib when she's a little bit out of college. So
That's solid.
Yeah.
shit is nuts. But it's like, set yourself up. We're at that age now where it's like, if you're not setting yourself up, then what the fuck are you doing?
Let me put it this way. I started my Roth IRA right after I turned 25. This February I started it. If I had started it, because I'm lazy as hell. If I started it when I was 18, right? All I'm doing right now is putting in $200 a month. Because I'm paying a crap ton of my student loans. I'm going to have them paid off next year. I'm not having that stuff till I'm 40, 50 years old. I'm going to have that paid off by the time I'm 26 years old. So I'm just doing a little bit. I could do more, but I'm setting money away, doing other things with it. $200 a month. From the time I'm 25 to 65, 40 years, that's me paying in $96,000. Not a lot of money, grand scheme of things. Mine's invested in some very high-risk things, but I got someone managing it because they know what they're doing, right? And it's going to yield about 14 to 18% growth every single year. It's going to be worth about $1.6 million by the time I'm able to start collecting it.
Yeah, one more
If
time.
1.6 mil.
1.6 mil. How much invested?
Hold up. 96,000. Because the thing is, with retirement, the benchmark is you want $2 million by the time you retire for an average person. As a teacher, it's a public job, right? If you work in a private sector, my dad, he's got a 401k. His company will match a contribution up to a certain percentage. Teachers, we don't have that. Police, Army, things that are public sector jobs don't have that. So you have to have a Roth IRA to take care of yourself. But public sector jobs have a pension. I'm going to have, for the rest of my life after I retire, if I put in 30 years of teaching, which would be easy, I'd be able to retire at 51, 52.
Something like.
And with a 60% pension for life. And they take the highest 3 years of my salary.
60%.
60% for life, every single year till the day I die.
Average or those three added up?
They take the
That's
3 years? No. So here, my max salary would be $130,000 before coaching, any extra stuff. I'm going to do all that stuff. I'm going to juice that sucker to $150,000.
Oh, yeah.
You take 60% of that, that's $90,000 after taxes, and you're only paying, I don't remember if it's state or federal, but you're only paying one of the taxes. Call it $75,000 a year for life, on top of me having a $1.6 million Roth IRA. Just by working my job, just by putting, and that, listen, that's $200 a month. If I started at 18, instead of 1.6, it'd be $2.3 million. That's what 7 years difference made. 7 years, $200,000, that's nothing.
See, he told me this shit, and I was like, damn, I should be a teacher. And I was like, physics teacher would be so lit. Because, like, Foster was a Jeep, bro. Like, I like Foster.
I smoked him in the pen, though.
Yeah?
His senior year, my
Yeah?
sophomore year, I cooked him.
Cooked him?
Shout out Foster.
You know, shout out Foster, because he was talking to me. He was like, I was asking him what he wanted to do when he was younger, right? So it was either being a lawyer or a teacher, right? So he was talking to me about like what comes with a teacher, obviously with the bread and stuff like that, because it just makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize how much teachers
You make a good amount
Yeah.
for what it is.
They
We
be
work 180
gassing,
days.
bro.
They do.
We get summers off. You get spring break. You get winter
Yeah,
break.
and that's
you
what
get
he was
weekends
saying
off.
too. And he was like, yeah, and a lawyer was just extra money at the time to put up first, because obviously law school and all that bullshit. But like, he was just like, it just made more sense. And in the long run, he loves it because he just gets to fuck around with kids all
You
day.
hang out
the
with kids
boys,
all
bro.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's so fire.
It's
bro.
insane. I literally get paid to hang out with kids and like
Hang out
teach
with
them
the
some
boys.
math against their will sometimes. But like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
but you go-
no
you
one
get
gets
to
into
also
teaching
be-
for the money though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty good at math. I could do anything I want and make a crap ton of money.
Mm.
I could make but I don't care about money. Whatever. Who needs money?
And when you get set up too, it's like at that point, yeah.
It's like what? Okay, money. What do you do? I don't need a fancy house. I don't need a fancy car.
They said the battery don't die on us. Okay.
Yeah. But like, that's just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't know teachers made
Who's
money.
that? Honestly,
People act like
that's
teachers
all
make no
autopilot
money.
now.
It's on autopilot. Yeah, it's clipped.
I
It's
make the
clipped.
same my dad makes. He's 58 years old. Been working a blue collar job for 30 something years. You know, it's crazy. But
Did you come from wealth?
no, heck no. My
Middle
mom
class?
my mom dropped out of high school when she was 16. Had a kid at 20. Was in Mount Vernon, only white kid in her high school. Abusive relationship. Like her wedding day, she got a brick of cocaine. Crazy stuff. Like in some deep,
shit.
like
A brick of cocaine for her wedding day?
yeah. Like that
As
was
a
her.
gift?
Like
Yeah,
this- like
for
the
her.
set? Or
No, like for her. We're not gonna go into that too much.
okay. No.
Yeah. But Poughkeepsie's the last stop on the train. She got on the train with my sister when my sister was 6 years old. Last stop on the train, was living off of nothing. My dad went to college for a year, and my dad was smart. Like he went to Drexel for a year. He could have gone to University of Pennsylvania, like anywhere to be an engineer. Hated it. Too much like work. Wasn't liking it. It was hard. He was working really hard. Dropped out, joined the army. Normal army, like airborne sniper, like nothing, no trade, anything like that.
Freaking sniper.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh,
It's
That's
pretty
so
sick.
badass.
Yeah, it's
bro.
pretty sick.
So badass.
So they met. No money. I didn't have heat in my house in high school. Like I was broke. I had no money, and took out some student loans, went to college, and made things happen.
That's right.
God damn.
Nah, but he's a G. And you gotta. Pelkey was telling me on the bus. I don't know if you want to get into it, but I'll just do a little quick summary. Pelkey does charity too. Like Pelkey doesn't just stack bread for himself. Like when he sees people in need, he helps. He's gonna be like a saint someday, bro. He dies.
I know that. I
I
mean, if
don't
you
know.
got it, help out. Why not?
Facts.
If there's people that
Agree with
can, you know what I mean? Like, there was a kid on my track team last year that was taking AP classes, crying in tears in my classroom because she couldn't pay for them because she had to help pay bills at home.
They didn't cover it?
There's a program for it, but you have to go through hoops and bounds, and parents got to get involved, and her parents would not get involved.
Oh.
More rather spend money on God knows what, and she was paying bills at her house. She was paying the electric bill as a 17-year-old kid. So I walk down there and I'm saying, hey, is there like a program for this? Is there something that we can do to help this kid out? Well, no, not real. Okay, can I write a check? Yeah? Okay, boom, here.
Insane.
You know, kid on the track team complaining that he has no food at his house. Parents are away, he's got no food. Practically living alone. Okay, well, we'll get that taken care of. Talk with the coaches, we get some gift cards. Here's $300 gift cards for Stop and Shop. Kid on the track team house burns down. When we come home from a meet. You hear that, that pulls on your heart. What do you like? And if I've got money in my pocket, what kind of man am I to just sit here and be like, no, that's so greedy and selfish. Like, what does that say about you as a person? So drive around to every grocery store within an hour, ask for gift certificates, ask for donations, go buy some clothes for the kid. You know, if you can, why not?
Can, why not?
Like,
So yeah.
what does money matter to me? You know, like I'm not. You know, it's
See, that's why we
it's
have
just
Pelkey
money.
on the podcast, bro.
You know, everyone gets
He's a
caught up in this.
freaking
Like they let this
G,
stuff
bro.
control their life. Like my dad was working 70 hours a week, overtime, everything.
Wow.
So that way we could have money to pay bills and do Christmas and like do stuff. But then he realized, like I was probably like 4 or 5. My brother was 5 or 6 because we're a year apart. It's like my kids are like growing up. I'm not able to spend time with them. I'm missing it. So then they talked. Him and my mom talked, and they said, "We're gonna choose to be a little bit more broke so we can spend more time with our family." So like I grew up without it. Like okay, whatever. I got my stuff taken care of. You know, I have things in a line. I'm good with that. So why not help someone out? You know, like what's money? It's not gonna like control my life.
Right, bro. He told
But
me
it
that
is
shit,
nice
like-
to have some money. I'm not gonna lie. Having some money is
No,
nice.
it's nice, but it's like it's nice having that fucking benefit where you can do both.
Yeah.
But at this point, we're gonna clip this shit.
Money just makes you
We're gonna
comfortable.
Yeah. But, what you
Yeah,
say?
clip it real quick.
So money just makes you comfortable. That's really it.
Yeah.
And then you can help.
All right, one more time. Give me a clap.
So we're back from a nice little break.
We
Yes,
back. We
yes,
back.
yes,
We
yes.
back.
Protect your energy.
Touch your energy.
Facts.
Talk about that money situation and about just being money and comfortable. That's what he was talking about. But like, if it overpowers you, you know, you always striving to get money, then you'll always have that fucking sense of just being a dickhead to me. Like if you're chasing bread, and that's the only thing that's on your mind, and it's like if you don't know how to look back and help others when you're out there chasing bread, then it's like, what are you doing it for? If you let money overpower you and control your brain and your mind and your desires, it's just like, it's nothing better than...
It's mindless.
Exactly.
Like, there's a lot of people that are rich but just not happy because they did it all for the money. They didn't take time to... I forget, there's like a quote somewhere that's like, take time to like look at the flowers or something because life will just pass by. I butchered that quote, but it's like for real though. Like, people just, they go at it for just the money and they don't take time to just enjoy life.
I appreciate that.
And it's even bigger than money. Look back. You guys, this is probably the last time the three of you are going to be sitting in this school together.
Unless we come back for another episode.
Yeah, we'll come back for another episode. Sequel coming up. Right?
Damn.
Right?
No, you're right.
The past 4 years of your life, gone. It looks like a memory now.
No, 'cause
Now there's the
true,
people, all of high school, just been head in the books, grinding. Go, nonstop. And they never enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a
You
fun
guys,
with
I'm
it,
assuming,
really.
all had a balance, playing sports,
A balance,
working,
yep.
talking to
3%.
girls, having fun, being a kid, doing stupid stuff, right? You had a balance and you got memories.
To give an example, like my sister, right? Wow, that's nuts. My sister, right? Head in the books, all of her 4 years, right? Barely had any like outer experiences. One, because my parents were very strict on her, but like I got to get more relaxed, and like I got to show when I was younger that's like I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be. There's no way I can. Like, I need to be able to balance my academics and my social, but if my social is not there, then my head for academics is not going to be there at all. And it's crazy because, like, she was heading the books all that time, working on her GPA, not being able to get those experiences, but, like, I live for my experiences.
Exactly.
Like, this high school experience, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, my high school wasn't that. I loved my high school.
I loved high
experience.
school.
If you have
loved my high school
complaints
school
about
life.
it, that's on you.
High school was
Exactly.
lit,
And it's crazy that we ended up at the same college in the long run. Or it's
yeah, right? It's like, oh, yo.
It's
That's
nuts.
true.
It's nuts.
Speaking of that, my college advisor, my school was small. I graduated, it was the same size as here, right?
Oh.
So, like, I knew my teachers. I knew each other really well. Had the same teachers every year. My college advisor told me, like, giving just advice, like, fatherly figure. You know, they always have those conversations. And he's saying, like, the key to success with college is you need to sleep more than you study more than you party, and party as much as possible. If you're able to do that, you'll be successful, right? So think about it. I had friends that spent all of college just partying. That was number one priority. They failed out of the first semester. See, I had friends that spent all of college just studying. They were burned out. I had a friend throw herself out the third floor window. She was a triple major. Physics, chemistry, math. Graduating 3 years.
Holy shit.
She has some stress in her life. She threw herself out the third floor window. She was okay, but she had some stress in her life.
Yeah.
Then I had people that were just sleeping, doing whatever, failed out of college. If you got that balance, you're able to have as much fun as possible, partying, doing whatever responsibly, doing your thing, having some fun, and you can do that 8 hours a day. 7 hours a day, let's make it easy. 7 hours a day of that, right? 8 hours a day you spend studying. You spend more time studying than partying, that's a W right there. Then you got 9 hours of sleeping, taking care of yourself. You got that balance, you're successful. It's when one of them things is more than the other, it doesn't work well.
Duality.
Right?
That's true.
And I'm assuming you guys were high school. You're successful with high school. You got things going for the future next year because you took care of yourself, you took care of your schoolwork, and you had some fun.
Yeah.
You guys can think of people, right? We're probably thinking some of the same idiots. The meatheads and the bots.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking some of them guys that were just doing the same thing and didn't get anywhere.
Facts.
Right? They did focus on one thing and have no memories, just grinding. Same thing with money. Adults, it's all the same.
Facts.
Yeah.
Just gonna set that right there for you guys to think about.
That's a clip.
Pelkey just dropped a gem
That's a
right
clip.
there.
Oh, that's gonna
a
be
clip.
right on the
Look,
Instagram. I
that's
promise
going
you.
on the Instagram.
Nah, but like
Yo,
my friends,
made
right? we were in the car, right? One of my friends. I was 3 of my friends, right? And one of my friends, Donovan, he was just like, all right, listen, right now, he's like, if you were to get the most amount of money in the world, it was like $785 billion, right?
Oh, geez.
785 billion. How would you feel? What would you do? And like, how would you like live your day, right? If you were to just get dropped like that, right? And in my mind, right, I instantly went to just like, how? Like in my mind, like how? Because he was just like, you would never get bored. All of them were saying like, you would never get bored. I would find some way of doing it. I would find something to do, right? There's so many things you could do with so much money, right? Giving away like
700 billion.
So yeah, it was just like there's nothing you could do to run out, right? And in my mind, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, yes, I would be able to do some cool shit, but like I kind of live for that journey. Like everything that I do, I live for that journey. It's like, of course, I'm scared to go to college right now, but like I'm excited for going. I'm excited to be scared. Like
Exactly. That
like,
unknown is growth.
Exactly,
Right?
and it's like, bro, like giving hand to all this billions, like, yeah, that shit would be cool as shit, but like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm here to play the game. Like, this life shit is really a game, and I'm here to play it. Like, I'm here to beat that shit too, despite all the bullshit and the odds I'd have to go through. It's like, but that's what makes it so rewarding at the top. Like, yeah, like I want to be that, and I'm going to be that nigga, and like that's where I'm at. But like, I appreciate that journey to beat it. Like, that shit is cool as hell.
We back.
Uh-huh.
We back in it. Took a little break, but we back now. So we was talking about. Oh, let me stop rolling real quick. So we were talking. So we were talking about we're talking about wanting to work for, knowing what you want to do, sort of, and wanting to be not just given shit, but wanting to work for it. So I guess we could talk about, like, in some cases, people who don't know what they want to do at all.
You see that happen a lot, especially like with your guys' friends. You know, so many people graduate high school. Like, there's so many emotions going on. Like, you're excited to try something new. You're scared because, like, you're leaving everything you know, something out of your comfort zone. You're nervous. What if I don't fit in? What if I don't like it? And, like, there's all these emotions. And then you throw on not knowing what you want to do on top of that. Like, I remember my brother was literally in tears at the end of his senior year because he didn't know what he wanted to do. He wanted to play lacrosse in college, but he didn't want to go to college for college. He wanted to party and play lacrosse. Wasn't going to happen. Went into the Army instead because that's what he had always wanted to do. And it's just people who, like, have no clue what they want to do. And, like, they think, like, society, school, whatever is coming from, there's pressure, like, you have to go to college. Some kids' parents will, like, force them to go to college, even though they don't know what they want to do. Like, that's such a waste of money. And, like, so many of these idiots will go, like, I graduated with kids when I was in high school that went to the same college as me. And the sticker price for the college is $60,000 a year. They get financial aid, you get scholarships, all that stuff. I didn't pay anywhere near that, otherwise I wouldn't have gone there. But I had a friend paid $40,000 his freshman year.
Jeez.
Had no clue what he wanted to major in. No clue at all. He just wanted to play football and be a frat boy, right?
Yeah.
So he paid $40,000 a year to play football, and then he dropped out because he hated it. He was failing. He was doing miserable. Sucked at school. He graduated high school with a 1.9 GPA.
That's bad.
Meathead, big time.
The buyer.
Yeah, Bob. Meathead. 601 half dozen another.
Vessel.
A vessel. Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. That's not mine, though. I can't take credit for that.
Then he took a semester off. That spring semester of the second year, went to Oswego. No clue what he wanted to do. Just same thing, partying, hanging out with his friends. Another year of that, nothing. Dropped out of college. So 2.5 years of college, $40,000 the first time. Call it $5,000 for a semester, which definitely wasn't. Call it $10,000 for this year, full year. That's $65,000 a year he spent to experience a party, play football, and to not know what he wanted to do.
It's an expensive party.
Right now, he's working construction, mowing lawns.
Damn.
He's making money. It's what he likes doing.
Yeah.
He enjoys it. So I'm not trying to knock that. He likes
He could
doing
have
it.
been doing it way earlier.
He could have been doing it
Yeah,
earlier
don't have
and
money
not
for
have
college, yeah.
debt that he's going to have till he's 40 years old. Because working that job, it's going to take him forever to pay it off. Where, like, people like Glenn here, going to Harvard on the Hudson, that's smart. He's not sure what he wants to do. He's not going to go spend $40,000 a year to mess around. I almost said something else. To mess around and try to figure it out. He's gonna spend a little bit of money, do it smart. So people like knock on that, but it's the smartest thing in the world. You know, like in high school, we're going to Applebee's. You're trying some stuff. If you go to Applebee's and you say, no, I'm just gonna have water, you don't try anything. You don't know what you're gonna like. You don't do a sport. You don't do clubs. You don't try a different class. You don't take an elective class. You just sit, make TikToks, watch YouTube, play a video game. You're just not doing anything with your life. It's a dead-end street. You know what I mean? You got to try stuff, get those experiences, see what you like.
Exactly. And for the people that's like at this stage where we're at, where it's like it might be a little bit too, you know, Applebee's has passed, right? Where it's like now you're just trying to figure out where to go from here. I know a lot of people are like kind of stuck. Like I've seen a lot of people in my circle where it's like I'm like worried about some people where they're just not going through it. They're not as positive as they used to be. Like a lot of people are just in a stuck mindset or just stuck in general, just crying themselves to sleep. Like it's like too many people are laser focused on what's going on and what's going to be the future. When a lot of people don't understand. I was talking to Mr. Colamello, and he was talking about like life is bumping your head. And it's like, yeah, like, okay, maybe you screwed up in your high school experience. Maybe you screwed up not trying an Applebee's, but, like, there's always Chili's.
Chili's is better than Applebee's, though. Sponsor us.
Yeah. Get us a
Chili's is
sponsor.
not better than
Chili's,
Applebee's.
yeah. We're fighting after this.
Nah, but, like, it's like there's so many different avenues that you could take, and there's so much time as well. But it's not as much time. Like,
you don't want to...
There's a balance. There's a balance. But it's like, figure out what you still want to do. The internet is a thing. YouTube's a thing.
Bro, sorry to cut you off, but I find that insane now. Like, nowadays, you can... Yeah, let me roll up real quick. Roll up on him. Anyways, it's like nowadays, anything you're passionate about, you can find a way to make money out of it.
And that's the problem, though. So many people don't know what they're passionate about.
Well,
so many people don't know what they
People don't
like
have a passion.
because nobody's okay with being an individual. Everyone just goes with the crowd, following along. You guys know about, like, you know those people. They just do head down, do what everyone else does, do what they're told to do what society's saying this is what you're supposed to do. And then when it's time for you to be an individual, make a choice about what you want to do, they're stressed out, they're crying themselves to sleep because they don't know. Because they spent their whole life. That's messed up. I could have given it. Yeah, you're not wrong. They spent their whole life trying to fit in and just go with the crowd. And now it's time to do something for yourself, and they can't do it because they've never spent time thinking, who am I? What's important to me? You know what I mean? Like, it comes up with, like, college admissions essay. In your college admissions essay, you're trying to stand out. You're trying to say, how am I different? But you spend your entire life trying to fit in. Right? As a kid, you're unique. But then society, whatever goes on, people try to fit in. And you spend your whole life doing everything to fit in. And then comes time for becoming an adult, and you got to think about how do you stand out. And people lose it. They get so stressed. That's why people are so stressed, because they don't know who they are. They don't know themselves because they've been faking it for other people.
Damn.
That's deep.
That's
It's
another
true.
clip, bro. That's another clip, bro.
You're faking it for other people.
Yeah.
Faking it for other people. Boom, that's a gem. Hashtag comments are cool.
Nah,
I can't comment because you don't need my private, but at FDRXET, I follow it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's nuts.
It's sad. You know, like, part of being a teacher is I'm trying to help these people figure out what they want.
But then you can see that.
But seeing those people do that and just kind of wasting.
Yeah,
You seen the movie Click with Adam Sandler, fast forwarded?
No.
Yeah.
So he's got the magic remote and he can fast forward through parts of his life. And I feel sometimes like there's some kids that are just on cruise control, fast forwarding through their life. And, like, watching that, it's like, that's tough. And, like, you're doing everything in your power as someone with, I guess, influence, if you want to call it that, trying to get this kid, wake up, dude. Like, this is your life. Like, you're miserable all the time because of whatever. Stop and smell the flowers. Enjoy it.
And I feel like niggas go through that. Like,
I don't know. It might be. I just made that one up.
I tried to say that earlier and I butchered it.
Yeah, you're not as nice as me, dude.
yeah, but
You're
now,
good,
like,
you're good.
I mean, like, but we see that, like, just with our friends, too. Like, just in our peers and just seeing that. Like, you see that growing up with kids and just seeing them in classrooms and stuff like that. But it's like, I'm literally watching, like, my friends
Yeah.
get into that mode.
Become bums.
And then, like, literally me trying to lift that out. But it's just, sometimes they're, as you said, they're just stuck in the fucking sand.
You guys talked about this in a episode, maybe the last one, where sometimes your friends are dragging you down. My friends that I hang out with, the leeches, yeah. My friends that I hang out with, they're my age. One of them graduated college 3.5 years ago, and he does not have a job. He sits home and does nothing. Doesn't even look into it. I offered him $100 to apply for a job. He didn't even apply for a job. Just like sedentary. Just like that mindset. And it gets overwhelming. It's like trying something over and over and failing. You lose hope. You lose courage. You know? You don't want to try it. What's the point? But you just gotta well, I'm still working on that one. That's a tough one. But same thing. You see your friends doing it, and it's like, you're taking away from you to try and help this person out.
And that shit gets hard because I know I definitely have some friends that are not at the level that I would like to see them at. Like, looking out for them as a friend, they're kind of bummy or they're childish or immature or something like that. And you you put so much time and energy into trying to help them, but then they just. But then they just they don't want the help or something, or they just can't take it to the next step, and you're like, damn, I just wasted all this energy and time for you just to be lame still. What the hell?
You're trying to elevate the people around.
And then at some point, it's it's that battle. Sorry, it's that battle between wanting to give up on them, but then not because they're your friend.
And sometimes it'd be a slap in the face as well. It's just I don't know. I'm a nigga with pride, so and sometimes it just be working against me. But a lot of people that I try to help out sometimes try to throw it in my face, or it's I see you have good intentions, but the way the delivery and stuff like that. I'm not here to coddle you everybody else in your life has been coddling you. I'm gonna scream at you, because I fucking love you, bro. If I'm screaming at you, there's a reason I'm screaming at you. Because if not, I would not be giving you any energy. Because I protect my shit well.
Protect your energy.
There's so many people that I have to talk to, that I try to speak to, right? And I'm not fucking perfect. I'm not Almighty God too, because obviously a lot of people have to come and check me, right? So it's if I'm trying to reach my hand back to help, but that hand keeps getting smacked up every time I reach it back, it's bro, at what point am I gonna keep reaching?
It's playing with a dog with a treat, and you keep pulling it away.
Yeah.
You know, eventually they lose interest and just walk away.
Facts.
But you don't want your friends losing it.
No.
But pretty much, you don't know what you want to do. Try some things. Figure out what you like.
Yeah, take...
And, don't feel that pressure. You guys, you might be a senior, just graduating high school, but, you don't have to figure it out today. There's people that go to college, figure out they don't like what they do, and you can change it. So, where you think, you're making a decision for your entire life today, you can go to college, get a degree in something, work a job for 5 years. Realize you don't like it, do something else. Mm-hmm. But people are afraid of that change. People get comfortable and they don't you being comfortable is not good. You always want to be pushing yourself and trying to level up, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You get comfortable, that's how you end up 60 years old, looking back on your life and not being happy with it. Yeah. You got to push yourself, be surrounded by people that are pushing you, and do more.
Yeah, and living like a meathead too. If you live like a meathead with with bread just spending willy nilly and not being able to save or invest into yourself, into your future self, then how are you gonna always keep trying? You're gonna fall flat on your face when you're trying, and then you have no bread to secure you. Now you're in a really huge rut. All the kids just wanna cop car notes and cop on all these things, buy new cars and stuff like that. One of my friends, he's a kid and he makes a lot of bread at this age. But he just bought a car, right? Hold on, no.
So
he bought a car, and it was cheap though. It was a good $7,000, and he paid off $5,000 of it, $2,000. I'm okay, he's built. I'm that's smart. Now he comes to me a week ago, a month ago. He's yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I'm thinking about buying this Mustang, 2017. He's it's only I don't know, he's only 72 months I have to pay it off. I'm so 6 years. He's yeah, he's that's really not that long. I'm you are 17.
So 6 years is from you to me. A lot's happened from when I graduated high school.
Yo, I hope you're watching this. That's what I'm saying.
6 years, a lot of time.
That's a lot of time. One thing that will go wrong. Say you have a fucking a car accident. Now your car your insurance goes through the roof. how are you gonna keep up this bread? This kid is working as like he makes good bread and he's like a good higher position at this job, right? Makes a good amount of bread. I'm like, do you want to stay there your life? I'm like, if you want to go to college, what are you gonna do?
For 6 more years.
You have to keep that bread.
I'm back.
You have to keep up that bread. I'm like, what are you going to do? Like right now, I'm in a position where it's like I have a good amount of money saved away. Where it's like I asked my manager to cut my hours, so I could be comfortable in my summer program, as well as being able to have some time outside.
Hang out, get that balance.
Exactly, I kept my balance. But I was working. He knew. I used to call it stacking season for like the last 4 months. When I was working OD, I was making my bread, doing homework and shit like that, keeping my head in the sand. But now I pop my shit back up, and now I'm ready. We outside.
That's what I did.
Smelling the flowers.
Smelling the flowers.
Come on.
Don't
I think we all did the same thing, actually.
We
all did the same
I
thing.
just straight up quit.
Yeah.
I ain't quitting my job, man.
But now it's a little hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little hard. I'm not gonna lie, because
quit my job.
it feels a little weird
You quit your
with
job?
money not coming.
At the nursing home?
Yeah, I quit.
No,
It's not that.
That's not
lit at all. Broke as fuck.
Second
I'm
guess.
picking on scraps, yo. God.
Nursing homes are traps, bro.
They are traps. They are traps.
It's a good job until you get in it, bro.
But
I've been there.
I'm glad I quit, but sometimes I miss it because
The bread is different. The bread is different, but it's like I don't know, because we're stuck in that mindset of like mad money coming in. So when we're spending a little bit, it doesn't really matter. But now it's like with way less bread coming in, it's like
You gotta come back on the spending.
Yeah, that $20 out here is a little. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna
$20 tip
watch
for the
that.
pizza guy looks a whole lot different.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's one thing if you're bringing it in,
Yeah.
but if you're only bringing in 20,
Yeah,
that's tough.
yeah.
That's tough.
That's exactly facts.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's about time, bro.
It's about time.
That seems like that. It is that
That
time.
was a
It is
good
that time.
ep, bro. That was a good episode.
Hey,
Not
man.
too bad, man.
Yo, give
What's
it
up,
up for our
Pelkey?
man guest. Our
Pelkey.
first guest.
First of many.
Yeah, it definitely won't be the last.
We're gonna
Definitely
get
won't be the
Elon
last
Musk
time
on
he's
here
here too.
I'll be around.
This
You
shit
know
was
I'll
way
be.
too clean. For
So it's
real.
fire.
For real. All right, well, it's been your host. It's been your host, Sadiq. It's been your host. It's been your special guest.
Mr. Pelkey,
Mr.
Coach
Pelkey.
Pelkey, whatever.
Yes,
Awesome,
sir.
man.
Protect your
Awesome,
energy.
boy.
Protect your energy.
Protect your energy.
Protect your energy.
It's been Pillars to Society, and we out, man.
Hashtag comms are cool.
Yes, sir.
Baby, you perfect. Baby, you perfect. Baby, you perfect. And I still put my slime on a mission. Need a drum and I coach for the Pistons. He had a chance, but he missed it. Yeah, I'm still believing my doctor. Why this hoe wanna kick it like soccer? When she told me she love me, I blocked her. Ain't tryna talk if it's not about them dollars. I'm tryna leave a good word for my daughter. All this pain make a young nigga slaughter. Swear the streets turn the boy to a monster. Fuck her once and I won't even call her. I just might call her. She gon' still hit me up cause I'm worth it. I'ma answer my phone cause she perfect. Baby, you perfect. Baby, you perfect.